So yesterday and today we did flower sweep, and yesterday we did flower sweep, today we did lasso. So I just recorded this whole thing and I didn't hit start, so this is gonna be faster. So I'm gonna do lasso first. Lasso, you start off in close guard as they're standing up. You want to get a hook with your right foot downward, so your right shoelace is pushing down against their quad, against their left quad, and you use that pressure to kind of scoot to the right, so that you are at an angle, so your head is more to the right side. Then you use that angle to bring your left leg back, straight back, and then through the armpit to get the lasso. You don't want to bring it wide because they can post on your knee and pass that way. Okay, so you want to bring the knee back, you pass it through, shoot it through the armpit, you hook the back of his armpit with your feet, then you bring the wrist grip to the near side of your quad. So you trap his arm between your foot and your quad with your hand. So that's lasso guard, right? Now the sweeps are, first one, you grab his ankle with your right hand. You grab his left ankle with your right hand from the outside. And then overhead, off balance, he posts across your body, and then you keep sweeping to the side, so not in the exact direction of the post. So the second scenario is, what if he pulls his foot back, his rear foot, so in this case his left foot, what if he steps back so you can't grip it? In this case your right leg comes down, you hook his right ankle with the inside of your right knee, and then you pull and twist outward on the lasso grip to off balance him, and he'll fall to the left. And then you come up. You want to avoid the bicep slicer. In all of these sweeps, you want to avoid the bicep slicer. And then the third technique is the interplay between the first two. So if he steps back, and then you go for the second sweep, and then he steps forward again to maintain his balance. Now you can sweep. Now you can grab the left leg again. A stronger grip would be coming from the inside and hooking with your elbow. You should be able to do that in this case because he's stepping forward, so his weight will be further up. And then you can come up and do the first sweep again. So that's the interplay between the first two is the key. And then the last thing is, what if he kneels down with his back leg, so his left leg, the knee goes down. And if he does that, in this case, you bring your right leg inside, do like a reverse De La Riva hook. You pinch his leg, the lasso side leg, between your two knees, and you grip his right ankle with your right hand, and then you can just dump him, you sweep him to the left again. So all of these, it's one detail is, as you're sweeping, you gotta free your legs out You don't want to trap your legs underneath him, otherwise it's going to be very hard to get on top of him. It's after each of these sweeps, it's kind of like a scramble. It's a bit of a scramble to the top. I noticed when I was getting swept, I could come to top. If they weren't aggressive about coming to top, I could come to top. So that's one key. Okay, so that is lasso. And then yesterday we did flower sweep. So flower sweeps with closed guard. So in this one, you're using their forward momentum. So your right hand grabs their right wrist as a cross-collar sleeve grip. Your left hand grabs their lapel, pulls them down. You want to break their posture, but you don't necessarily want to pull them all the way down. They'll probably also be resisting you and trying to posture up. So you won't be able to bring them all the way down, probably. So, and then you want to crunch with your knees toward you to instigate some forward momentum for them. So forward. So they are coming into you. At which point your right leg kind of scissors up and your left leg scissors down and across. So you're doing so your right leg is kicking forward and to the left, and your left leg is kicking backwards and to the right. Then you're flipping your hips. Yes. And then, it's a sweep, come to mount. Different scenarios, but if he posts, near the body, your right arm can come up around his back and get a hold of his right armpit from behind. So reaching all the way across his back with the right hand. Left hand gets a grip on his elbow so he can't post, and then you sweep to the left. I found that one a little difficult. So that's also if his head is toward that side. So if his head and body weight is toward the left side, toward your left side, that's what you do. If he posts kind of shallow and his body weight is across your body to your right, then you in that case you bring your left foot in to like a butterfly, and you butterfly sweep to the right. Yes, butterfly sweep to the right. So your right hand grabs his left wrist and you put it in your pocket, as Tim says, to prevent the post. Get the left butterfly hook in, sweep to the right. One detail on the initial flower sweep is your right hand grips at the knee or past the knee. Tim says all you need is like a thumb and index finger grip. You don't need that strong grip. But I did notice you can get a lot more leverage with that grip. If the grip is higher up, so initially I was gripping like along the thigh instead of the knee, you have a lot less leverage. Okay, so what was the other detail? Okay, so that was two posts, both sort of shallow. So what if he posts high up, so above your shoulder? In that case, you do like the Homer Simpson thing. You do like a bicep curl to your head, so your hand like this, and with his wrist in the crook of your elbow. So you're trapping that hand, so the post is kind of ineffective, and then you sweep to that side using the flower sweep. leg mechanics. Was that it? I think so. If he posts with his left hand across the body, you can just roll through that, I think. It's like not, that might stop you for like a second, but it's not a strong enough pose to stop it shouldn't be a strong enough pose to stop the sweep. I think that was it. I think that was it. 2 posts. Post to either side, post with the weight on either side, and then the high post. Do we do if he sits back? I'm not sure if we did. Oh, if he sits back, we did this in rolls. The guy I was rolling with sat back. In that case, you go to a butterfly. And then you can extend and then pull him closer and then do butterfly sweeps. I think that was it. I was also wanted to think about the different types of sweeps. So there's flower sweep, there's like a push sweep, and there's tripod sweeps. So also there's scissor sweep. I don't know if a scissor sweep and a flower sweep are the same or not. I have to look into that. So tripod sweep is you hold, if you look at if you think of the body as a triangle, right? So like your 2 feet or your knees are the base of the triangle, and then the apex is like your belly button or your center of gravity, I guess would be so if you're doing tripod sweep, you want to lock in the base of the triangle, so you have you have hooks on both ankles, and then you push at the apex to topple them backwards, and then if you can also pull on the base for more leverage, but you want the apex falling away from you and the base coming toward you for a tripod sweep. For a push sweep, you want to hold one of the bases, you want to push the other base, and you want to pull the apex. And then with a flower sweep, you are pulling the apex and then flipping the triangle. So you're pulling the apex toward you, and then the far base is getting you're rotating the triangle. So you are so the apex is coming toward you, the right side base is going up, and the left side base is going down. So that's a flower sweep. So it's just interesting. I think it helps to visualize this as a triangle as to what you're doing, because you have 4 limbs and you're pulling and pushing with each of them, and it's hard to know like what you're doing. Jason kind of talks about this because when we were doing tripods, he told us to do like a specific tripod, right? It was like your right foot is in the hip, and then like your left leg, your left ankle hooks his right ankle, and then your right hand hooks his left ankle. I think that's what it is, something like that. And then you push with your right foot at the hip, and then you pull with your right hand on the left ankle. So that would be the basic one. But then what if he steps back, right? So if he steps back and you still want to do a tripod sweep, you still have to figure out how to get a hook on the leg that moved away, but you still need to stay in position to push at the apex. So you just have to, whatever you can rearrange your body so that you can reach the relevant limbs, and you just have to make sure that they're in the position to do either hooking or pulling or pushing. But if you're thinking tripod, you know, bottom has to pull and top has to push. So you just have to kind of rearrange your limbs to do that. You don't have to, but you don't have to, you know, memorize, oh, if this, you know, if I'm facing this way and my body is oriented this way, then I use the right hand and left hand or whatever. You can just think, oh, this hand is closer to this limb on the bottom, and bottom I need to pull, so I need to orient my wrist, you know, this way. It's much easier to kind of figure things out rather than to like go through a menu of what you have to do. Yeah, so then that's true with all of these sweeps. Yeah, and you can also think of this as like base or alignment, right? So the base is the triangle. So how you disrupt the base is by disrupting that triangle, right? Either by pushing, like moving the bottom or moving the top. That's how you disrupt the base of the triangle.